We're going live. We're going live. We're live.
We are we?
I think so. Hello, everyone. I think we're live.
Come have a seat.
You're talking to the audience.
Sure. If you're in Thailand,
join us in the Gonzo Lounge to learn all about Bitcoin and crypto and play to earn. The casting couch.
Yep.
Is that how you give your teams away? So welcome along, everyone.
Oh man! Ouch.
Sorry, we're doing a crypto cribs with Mr. Gonzo to begin the show.
Yeah, I changed my setup.
Wow. All action on this channel, people.
I used to have.
Why you pay us the big bucks for your subscriptions.
I used to have a standing desk, and then remember back last summer, I got that bad foot infection. I had to sit down, so I changed my setup to sit down, and then I never stood up again.
There you go.
Like,
well done. You got a bit blurry there, Mr. Gonzo.
Oh.
So listen, welcome along, everybody. Some familiar names here and some completely new ones as well. So anybody that is new, what we're attempting to do here on Fridays is a show for people that really want to learn about Bitcoin and crypto. We want your questions. Although the chat says it's disconnected. That can't be the case.
What do you mean disconnected? I'm seeing all the messages.
Yeah, so do I, but I have a message at the bottom. Let me just see if it's working. Yeah, okay. Appears to be working. So yeah, purpose of the show, people, to teach you all a bit about Bitcoin and crypto. We also obviously give away our Axie scholarship teams. We've got 4 of those today. So
we got some 9 Chronicles to give away, or what?
I would have to ask Stefano about that. Are we doing that today, or?
Sure.
There you go.
9 Chronicles.
So yeah, all about Bitcoin, crypto, just general questions on blockchain from you all. We're here to help. And if you would like a Axie Infinity team, Mr. Gonzo, do you want to maybe explain to the audience how that works and what they need to do?
Well, we were talking about doing the new format here. Hold on a second. This Zoom window. There we go. Yeah, then you've got a team, right, Sean, to give away.
Yep. Well, 2 actually, but one of them is immediately going to George. George, if you are here, I've sent you the QR code for your team. Appreciate your help with spreading the content around all over Facebook and the internet in general. And look, community, to be honest, that's what I want to allocate my teams to. There's certain people that are really involved in the community, and I want to reward them. So that's how I'll be allocating my team. So look, simple. Just jump on Twitter, share our content, our three accounts, comment on these videos, let people know we're here. That's how I'm allocating mine.
All right. So Sean has one already given away for George, friend of the channel. He's helped us out with some other stuff, right? So I have another team I'll give away, but connected to like what Sean has said, I want to do an application basically, right? Because this is his job, really. It's not a giveaway. So the best video application, okay? So I want you guys to go out and make a video and explain to me why you deserve an Axie account. There's, whatever your story is, I get, hundreds and hundreds of messages about this constantly from different people with different stories, right? So we want to hear your story, what your story is, and why you deserve an Axie team. So I think a week, right? Next Friday, Sean?
Yep.
We can review some of the best submissions, and then that will be the person that gets, a scholarship. So kind of move it a bit more merit-based, right?
Yeah, that's a fantastic idea. So how should they send the short video to you, Mr. Gonzo?
What would be a good format? Post it on Twitter, right? Or TikTok?
Look, I think maybe send them privately, because maybe some people don't want them shared.
Good idea.
Yeah. So how could they send you that privately? What would be the best way to do that?
Discord community, right?
There you go, people.
Stefano, could it be a channel in Discord? Or I guess it's better DM, right?
It's better DM, because if you're having like a channel on Discord, then every member on Discord can see that, and we have 2,000 members now. So I don't know if privacy would actually be something that remains in that case.
Okay.
Yeah, so private message. We're not going to share them publicly, people. Be great if you let us do that, but we certainly won't do it without your approval.
Exactly.
Yeah, so excellent.
Kind of connected to that, Sean, right? We've got, we've been working on our Real Cryptos documentary series, right?
Mm-hmm.
This has been in progress for a year or two, right? Sean started it in Copenhagen, right? He's got the first in this series with Didi, the Bitcoin family. Check that out. That's on the Hard Forking channel. But we've got, 4 or 5 episodes planned out and content, right? We just need to get together and edit it. And the newest one is going to be a play to earn, right? So we've got the basic structure of what the episode is going to be. And, we want to document some of the stuff that's been happening with the scholarships and how it's affected people and how they've been able to earn a living and play to earn and how it's affected their lives. So, some of this content we could use in this documentary that we're putting together. So that's kind of what's been happening, right? What we've been talking about and working out here in the last couple of days, right?
Yep.
So it's exciting times. Might have a surprise partner / sponsor for this, but nothing's confirmed, but it's in talks. So interesting times.
Indeed. Look, I mean, it's interesting times, putting it mildly, with the amount of governmental involvement here. We've now got the IMF that's called an emergency meeting with regards to what's gone down in El Salvador. So look, I just wanted to put a short video up to sort of kick off a discussion around what Bitcoin, what crypto and blockchains are. I know many of you are, have a decent knowledge now from being involved in our play to earn communities. For us, it's something we're really proud of and enjoy doing. We're really seeing the adoption of crypto, but there's some pretty nasty headwinds around, and I just want to play this video quickly, and we'll have a bit of a discussion around it. You guys can see the screen there.
Nice space, Yellen. Oh no, that's Elizabeth Warren.
Cryptocurrencies are a lousy way to buy and sell things. Unlike the dollar, their value fluctuates wildly depending on the whims of speculative day traders. In just the last 2 months, the value of Dogecoin increased by more than tenfold and then declined by nearly 60%. Now, that may work for speculators and fly-by-night investors, but not for regular people who are looking for a stable source of value to get paid in and to use for day-to-day spending. Second, crypto is a lousy investment. Unlike, say, the stock market, the crypto world currently has no consumer protection, none. As a result, honest investors and people trying to put aside some savings are at the mercy of fraudsters. Pump and dump schemes are outlawed in the case of ordinary stock, but they have become routine in crypto trading. One study found that the level of price manipulation in cryptocurrency is, and I quote, unprecedented in modern markets. And third,
stock market's getting jealous.
For illegal activity. Online theft, drug trafficking, ransom attacks, and other illegal activity.
Of course, the drug trafficking had to be
Otherwise
there.
known as the CIA.
More than 412 million was paid to criminals in ransom through cryptocurrencies. And unlike other payment systems that make it tougher to move money illegally, a key feature of crypto is its secrecy. So just in the past few weeks, cryptocurrencies made it possible for hackers to collect a ransom, to release the Colonial Pipeline hack, and to free JBS, the world's largest meat producer, from paralyzing cyber attacks. And every hack that is successfully paid off with a cryptocurrency becomes an advertisement for more hackers to try more cyber attacks. Finally, there are the environmental costs of crypto. Through proof of work mining. It involves using computers to solve useless mathematical puzzles in exchange for newly minted cryptocurrency tokens. Such mining has devastating consequences for the climate.
Done yet?
Crypto mining is set up near coal plants.
She's nearly done.
Spewing out filth in return for a chance to harvest a few crypto coins. Total energy consumption.
You
is
filthy
staggering,
people, and you're
driving
trying to
up
get you a
demand
few
for
crypto
energy.
coins.
If, for example, Bitcoin, just one of the cryptocurrencies, were a country, it would already be the 33rd largest energy user in the world, using more energy yearly than all of the Netherlands. And all those promised benefits, the currency that would be available at no cost to millions of unbanked families, and that would provide a haven from the tricks and traps of big banks, well, those benefits haven't materialized. Meanwhile, opportunities to scam investors, assist criminals, and worsen the climate crisis. The threats posed by crypto.
Worsening the climate crisis.
The climate. You want to make the climate green? Go with the USD, the old school Uncle Sam dollar bill. That's the 0% green energy renewal thing.
It's the fiat is only backed by the military, right? So what's the economic or the environmental cost for the U.S. military? Let's figure that out.
Oh, you know, the US military is famous to go around the planet and put in like solar panel around the globe. Like they drop solar panel to everybody. Here's your democracy. Solar panels.
Depleted uranium shells that they use in certain places. Those are great for the environment too. Very environmental.
Right, so we'll be interested to hear your comments in the chat. If you have any questions on what Elizabeth Warren has had to say there, just to let you know who she is. She's a senator. So she sits. She's been elected by the state of Massachusetts.
Look at the dislikes. Someone said in the chat. Totally 233 dislikes. There's 16 likes.
Yeah.
Everybody knows she's.
So let's unpack her points, guys. Where shall we begin?
I got one. Doge, 10x, minus 60%. You're still fucking way up, you dumb bitch. Way better than anything you've ever done before. You're still way fucking up. You know, 60% down on 10x is still way fucking more money than you started with, you stupid idiot. That's all I gotta say. It's not for regular people. They want to be broke all the time. They want to.
She also made hey, this is how clued up she is. She also made a comment that every single Bitcoin transaction, so me sending somebody a bit or a fraction of a Bitcoin today, you'd have it in about 10 minutes. For me to do that, according to her, I would be using as much electricity as the average American household uses in 52 days. That's what she's telling the US Senate, right?
Why days? Let's put years. 52 years. Your entire life, the history of your house in one single BTC transaction spent over there. Come on. Let's double down on the numbers.
So we've also got a scenario where, if you don't know, El Salvador has basically passed the bill now to make Bitcoin legal tender. They're also digging a hole in a volcano to set up Bitcoin mining. Which is
that was fast.
Yeah. So look, just on the energy front, it's not fact that a Bitcoin transaction uses 52 days of the average household use of electricity. It's absolute rubbish.
Are they actually doing that volcano thing?
Yeah, they are.
Let's see, but you know, just to put things in perspective here, guys, there's a large Bitcoin mining operation in your country, Jordan, in Canada, in Quebec,
Quebec.
And basically, that one hydro dam could actually power all of Bitcoin. So yeah, there probably are some inefficiencies around the use of coal fired plants out of China at the moment, but they look to be on the way out.
We talked about that too, though, right? Most of the Chinese power plants are hydroelectric powered.
Correct. Yeah, and they're actually using. So when these plants generate electricity, the reality is most of the electricity is actually unused. So the carbon footprint of Bitcoin mining. Look, I mean, it will move to renewable energy. 75% of it's already renewable. But look, this is not destroying the environment. The real agenda here is quite clearly panic, worry.
It's a distraction from the real point. It's like the narrative that they can tug on with people. Oh, the environment, like this has nothing to do with the environment, dumb bitch. This has to do with the money system of the world.
She managed in a matter of 5 minutes of literally put everything, like whatever you can think about, Bitcoin or crypto ended up to be
drugs,
illegal, criminal activities, speculation investment, too risky, not stable, against economy, against environment. Like at this point, you could also say that she's against the religion and the freedom of the USA and its use for terrorism attacks and so on. And she would have really covered everything that I could have imagined at that point.
Yeah,
that's the flood attack right there. She fucking bam, 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 bam. Here's another one.
Yeah, it's like let's throw everything in the pot, like whatever thing can to mind, just throw it.
Thing, Sean, what was she talking about before? Was the whole press conference about crypto?
No, I mean it was actually a Senate meeting on central bank digital currencies, but apparently Bitcoin dominated a hell of a lot of the chat. So look, I mean, in summary, people, there's going to be a lot of decisions that are probably we're going to be forced to make in the coming months, depending on how all of this goes, obviously.
Look at China. China is the canary in the coal mine of where they want to go. China's already doing it, and they're ahead of the game because they're a totalitarian government. What the government wants, they do. So they're implementing it. They've already done it. They've already got the central bank digital currency in China. It's running in some provinces and cities. And all going to be connected to your social score, your vaccine scores, everything, your driver's license, your passport. It's all going to be in one wallet. And that's exactly what the US is doing, but they're just dancing around all the fucking bills and like pretending that, democracy has a say in it. But that's where it's going. Totally.
Hey, I'm not convinced we don't actually have a problem with the chat here. Are you guys seeing, could somebody just type something in? I'm not sure if it's actually working.
I just wrote a lot.
Oh, George Fernandez, hey, Steph. I am George. You got every George in the book asking for your team, Sean.
Okay. So are you guys seeing new messages though?
The volcano scenario is real. That one.
I just wrote hello.
And you can see it there?
Yep.
Oh, that's strange. Let me change.
Girl just drew a YouTube house on it.
Right, one moment. Let me just move to a different window so I can actually see the chat.
Did you guys hear that ding? I just sold an Axie. Ding! I love that notification.
Very good. Very good.
We just sold a bird. Hey, Stefano, one of the retards from our pure bread. Square.
I still like quite a lot of slowdown in sales actually, because like I have 11 Axie right now on sales, and I've completely reinvert things out. But yeah, I think that like it's slowing down a little bit, which is still okay overall. But
yeah, this is the guy I just sold.
Jesus Christ, is this your browser?
Haha, get out of there. Yep.
What?
So, just sold this guy for 0.78. 3 breeds, but I basically have like 2 kids that are exactly the same, and then another one. So took my 3 breeds.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Like what did I pay for it? 0.89, right? So I got 3 more Axies for 0.11 ETH, 0.011 ETH plus AS.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So this is a good one.
Okay, so while we're looking at Axies, we're going to give a random one away from the bot in the Discord today.
Hey,
Well, I
Sean,
didn't set up anything on the bot. I thought you were going to pick whoever you wanted.
Oh,
do it that way. Let's do it that way, Sean. Like, you've got one to give away. I've got one to give away. Let's do it both for video.
I'm giving mine away to. Obviously, I've given one to George for helping out with the channel. The
George
other one,
George Fernandez,
not George Fernandez, no, George Urban.
Oh, how about George Elliott or George Perry?
Wait, what are you telling me here? I got to give all my teams away to people called George.
Well, that's what the chat, that's what the chat thinks. My name is George. I get it.
No, I'm going to give my second team away to the best question people. So fire away. We'll give another one away.
Didn't you say at the beginning that you have 4 teams? How is that going down to like 4-2 now?
Jordan has 2.
Yeah. Jesse.
I have 2. I've already given one away, and I got one more.
So it seems that basically, if your name is George, you have like a kind of like an edge.
Just to clarify, you don't have to be called George to.
We're only taking Georges from now on.
It helps.
George. Hey, George.
From now on.
Hey, George.
Okay, all right. Before this disintegrates into, was there anything else about what Elizabeth Warren had to say that we should maybe clear up for? Sorry, Janet Yellen. Was it?
Oh,
no,
that was Elizabeth Warren.
No, that was Elizabeth. What are you talking about?
You told me,
Elizabeth
yeah.
Warren.
That's why you confused me. You told me it was Yellen, and then I saw it and I said, "Oh, it looks like is that Yellen?" I was like, "No, wait a minute."
Okay, I got that wrong. But yeah, I mean, look, some of the other points raised there, for me, okay, Bitcoin will transition to a cleaner energy source. We've obviously got Ethereum moving to proof of stake, so those issues won't be present around for any legislators. It also surprises me that many of you here are obviously part of our Axie community, but the rhetoric from the IMF, from regulators, does pretty much just center around Bitcoin. I think they're missing the point on what the Ethereum blockchain is bringing to the world and blockchain in general. Stefano, have you got any comments around that?
What about the drugs, huh? What about the drugs? I want to know why we're not talking about the fact that Bitcoin is being used for buying drugs, huh? Why are we not saying this, huh?
That was the
Are
first
we
day
are we maybe like going against the freedom of the United States people, huh? Is this what we're doing, huh?
No,
We're against.
No.
Okay, what I'll say about the drugs is
Bitcoin. You know how many guns you can buy with Bitcoin?
if you're thinking of selling,
Gun.
or buying drugs using Bitcoin,
Illegal.
you're gonna get caught.
You can buy nuclear weapons.
Huh? Are we going against the democracy? Is this what we're doing here? Huh? Is this what is happening? This is my comment, huh? So here's what I can say for real about this. Are we for real spending minutes of our life on this? But
just quickly, let's just hit the 3 main points you made there. So okay, let's start.
So
with
let's
drugs.
go through in a serious way for a second. So one, she is defining obviously like the fact of like the speculation and so on and so on. And it's true. We do have like a lot of FOMO happening in shit coins and so on. That's absolutely like a normal thing that happens all the time. On the other side, have you ever heard about DeFi? Where is the risk?
She has no. She has no idea what she's talking about.
No, obviously she doesn't know. But like let's go like through every single point in a proper way, because like I want to like point this in a way that like it doesn't look like it's an opinion against another one. Let's assume that like she's okay. I agree with her on one thing. A lot of people got burned in the past like 3 or 4 months because they have done TA and they have been following YouTubers and of doing this and that. And so like she's basically summarizing this in a very polite way of saying like blockchain is problematic for people because people are ignorant, or because people are many times acting like if they're absolutely stupid. And we mentioned this many times. But let's reverse this. What is the risk if I'm actually using something like Aave or something like Sushi to actually lend my stable coins, which are pegged to the American dollars, and I'm actually getting like a 20, a 30, a 40% return a year on that? Is that like a better interest rate than a bank account or not? Yes. So where is the risk on that? The default of the smart contracts. Okay, fair enough. You can still have that. On a return, that is like a 20, 30, 40% a year, which is basically what you will get on the stock market with no risk of the fluctuation aspects on that. So number one. Number two, the energy consumption. It's true. We do spend a lot of energy. On the other side, if you're looking at the Christmas, this is not a joke, by the way, the Christmas lights that are in America, in the US, are actually consuming more electricity than entire countries as well. You know, it's easy to throw the finger at something. I agree. It's true. Bitcoin spend more energy than Netherlands. Cool story. Perfect. Okay. We're all agree on that. But Christmas lights in the US spend more electricity than El Salvador. So I never heard anybody saying that like Christmas lights are a problem to the green economy, to the renewable energy, or to like, you know, the environment and all of that. So, you know, let's cut the crap. On the other side, what Sean mentioned, actually, we do get like one, obviously the vast majority of the trading is starting happening on Ethereum. Ethereum with POS will completely go away from that story. And on Bitcoin, you get the fact that, and I can tell you this, there are a lot of companies and a lot of mines that are now buying enormous electricity plants on like hydro plants. The volcano in El Salvador is obviously just like the story now on the buzz and so on. But like renewable energy is being used for mining Bitcoin in so many new companies because it's actually cheaper to mine in that way than to actually use old energy like coal or petrol. It's a simple math. So that transaction is already happening, and in a matter of like 12 months is going to be like almost in existence. Like that entire storyline, and I mentioned that on the previous video as well. The story that like now there is this this ongoing conversation about like tinted Bitcoin and clean Bitcoin. It's an enormous bullshit because like it's not going to stand. It's not going to last. Number three, the illegal activities and so on. Now, I was having a meeting a few days ago with a very important person from an offshore country. I cannot go too much into details, but one of the things that we were talking about was exactly the fact that there was one article that came out a few years ago, how the black hole of the world, like the best offshore ever, if you want to like hide money, launder money, and like kind of having all of that stuff, the best country in the world to do that is the USA. Why? Because if you're a little guy and you do something against the America comes to you and is like, we're bringing freedom to you. We're bringing democracy to you. Well, vice versa, if you're the United States and a little country come to you and you're like, hey, there is some illegal activities happening over there, the United States is like, that's not going to happen. That's not true. That's all a lie. So if you're looking once again at those type of things, the US dollars is actually, and cash is one of the best vehicles to actually commit illegal activities. You can open a company in the US in specific states where no KYC or MAL is asked, so you can be completely anonymous, you can pay in cash, and you can go around as much as you want full of cash and commit everything that you wish that is considered illegal, and you're in the US soil, and you're doing everything with American dollars, and you're, I don't know how many times worse than using a crypto, but you are worse in a magnitude of thing. So every single point that has been described there, it's false. The only thing that I can say that is true is that it's a speculation. Yes, we mentioned this many times, that people need to pay attention and be careful on not entering, looking at like the 10x and so on. But even in this case, GameStop, isn't this a stock? Isn't that exactly an enormous problem that there was and that happened in the same way? Penny stock, isn't that something that was ongoing that has nothing to do with like blockchain and so on, that has the same round of speculation? gambling, Las Vegas, the lottery, the pools, like whatever you're thinking about, like this is human nature. It has nothing to do with cryptos. Yes, I agree that is a good message to tell people like, be careful, things are very volatile. It's fair. They say that in that way. We always say that do not invest more than what you're willing to lose. Do your own research, study these type of things. And I'm okay with that type of message. They are public figure. They need to make sure that they're actually making people aware of these situations. But on the other side, let's not throw everything in the same pot and consider that, oh, everything is bad and ugly just because whatever, someone say that. Like that's bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's an amusing comment in here. I forget who said it, but regarding the criminal activity, somebody said their dealer only accepts cash.
Yeah.
Now, absolutely. You know, for just to clarify for everyone once and for all here, yes, there are privacy coins around, but the reality is it's actually quite easy to track down who's using those, just given the fact that there's not sort of critical mass there. It is, in fact, it's very easy to track privacy coins, much more so than probably even Bitcoin or Ethereum. But the reality is, you know, what blockchains are, people, is they are big public ledgers. It's a record of everything. So if you're attempting to use blockchain technology for criminal activities, it's only a matter of time before you're going to get caught, and everything can also be traced back. So if you've done it in the past, you might want to change your name and move to another country. I mean, this is literally the worst technology that for criminal activity there is. Cash is where criminal activity takes place, and it's the US dollar that's primarily used for that. So that argument is just so unbelievably boring. And, you know, here we go again. It's getting wheeled out. And I think Stefano gave a really good summary of the main points she's made there, so I'm not going to rehash them myself. But, you know, what really, I guess the point I want to make is we live in a world where, look how controlled we are at the moment. Okay, it's a virus where we've all been told to stay home and get injected and blah, blah, blah. But the reality is when we stop and we look at the disparity between the haves and the have-nots, it's just got bigger and bigger and bigger. So our current financial system is broken. The whole point that we have this channel, the whole point that we're here doing what we do for free on the daily for a number of years now, is we're passionate about what these technologies are bringing to you. And many of you are our scholars, and you know, you're getting firsthand experience of cryptocurrencies, of blockchain, and you know how you're managing to make an income from this. And we're really ramping up our efforts around that. You know, we're bringing more people into this program. We've got some scholarships we're going to give away to you shortly. Look, there it is. Case in point, you know, we can't rely upon governments to, you know, give us these handouts to keep us going. The simple reality is that those handouts are going to dry up in a lot of countries, even if they were there to begin with. And I know for many of you, they haven't been. So we have an opportunity here to really take control of our lives. You know, this play to earn space, what we've seen from Axie is almost a universal basic income. It's providing a technology that allows us to keep track of how value is being moved around. It's all public. Can't be manipulated. You know, this blockchain technology effectively is going to remove fraud on such a high level basis that
institutional level.
So many of these players that you're hearing all this FUD from, that's what worries them. They are the 1%. They are the rich that are just getting richer.
Yep.
So don't let this happen, people. You know, this is my point. You know, we're going to need to stand up for ourselves moving forward here. Otherwise, yes, there needs to be regulation. Yes, the scam artists that are prevalent in the space need to be removed and held to account, and that will happen. But you know, sweeping bans or this this rhetoric that we're seeing at the moment really concerns me. And believe me, that battle it hasn't even begun yet. It's coming. So, you know, I think a lot of us are going to have to make some big calls about what we believe in and what we're willing to stand up for moving forward here. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. It's not in the interest of the people that already control the board to change things dramatically. They're rich. Why change something that they're doing well from? That's what's going on here.
Aaron, I only got one thing for Elizabeth Warren. That's fuck off. They don't want to be exposed for the corrupt shit that they do, right? They need control of the system. They can't let the system go to the people because then it would be more fair. So, of course, they're flooding crypto and Bitcoin. It's end of the story. That's like the whole last month has been about, really, right? Like so much money came into crypto from like people like plebs, right? People that just got their stimmy checks, right? They invested, they made a bunch of money, and it just totally went crazy, right? And now they're flooding it back down, right, to keep control of it, right? And I mean, Bitcoin is the battleground, right? Like crypto, other stuff in crypto, that's, you know, there's different levels of control, and like, are they a business? Are they currency, right? But Bitcoin is the leader, right?
Yeah, Mr. Gonzo, bizarrely, I actually think the real battleground will probably happen more in the DeFi space. You know, what's happening around Ethereum. I think ultimately Bitcoin, you know, I've said it many times, it frustrates me that we don't have enough people owning, even a small part of that network. Clearly for me, it's going into the hands of big institutions. Okay, now we're seeing governments buying it up. I've explained why I think that's happening many times. I don't really want to rehash that again. But there's also some good news here. We've also got quite a few politicians that are defending this technology. I mean, Bitcoin's already been through the courts in the US. So is Ethereum. It's been declared a commodity. There's tax legislation around it now. We've also seen this has sort of gone under the radar a wee bit, but the ability for US citizens to use their 401k, which I believe is like their sort of what they contribute to their retirement funds via the tax system, they can actually buy through Coinbase now. They can invest that retirement fund into crypto. And I think what we're seeing there is the authorities, or the government is basically realized, okay, that's quite an easy tax scenario, because you're taxed once you actually withdraw that money into your retirement fund or actually use it. So it's a one-time tax event. The complexity of how we're going to tax hundreds of different crypto transactions is removed from that scenario. So should that really sort of gain traction, all of a sudden you're talking about the biggest pools of money, which are the pension funds, the retirement funds, coming into the crypto space, specifically Bitcoin in this scenario, Ethereum definitely as well, I think. So that for me is where we really see, okay, regulators are happy, they figured out how to tax this. So look, I think there's plenty of good news out there as well. I think there's plenty of regulators, politicians who do understand this. The woman that we've just seen clearly doesn't. There's going to be a lot of those sort of people that don't want to change anything. But yeah, there's good people involved here as well. Gary Gensler, who's head of the SEC. I've said this a million times. I rate that guy highly. I think he's got a level head. But yeah, it's going to be choppy, very, very choppy. But what for me is sort of more interest here is what we're up to. Look at what we're doing in the play to earn space. Look at what these multi-purpose blockchains are bringing to us. Yes, all the conversation is around Bitcoin, but there's so much action happening outside of Bitcoin that I think will, in many ways, actually be a front runner to helping people who aren't banked, helping people who don't have an income at the moment, that Bitcoin simply, doesn't really benefit them. To me, Bitcoin has its major use case the last sort of 5 years has been for more sort of wealthy people living in emerging economies or countries with, a currency that's in all sorts of trouble, to be able to move their assets out of those countries. But I think would you guys agree that the actual use case of crypto for somebody who maybe is unbanked, is it Bitcoin or is it what's happening on Ethereum? Stefano, thoughts on that?
Really? What do you think I'm gonna say?
No, nobody's transacting on Bitcoin, right? I mean, let's do a poll in the chat. How many play to earn people are in the channel here right now actually have a Bitcoin wallet and have sent each other Bitcoin? But compared to Ethereum or other currencies, right? Whatever the fiat off ramp is, right? If we can sell your local currency, what do you need Bitcoin, right? In the play to earn, like daily payments. That's what it seems like is happening right now.
Yeah, but it's also like follow the storyline of Bitcoin being a store of value. You're not going around with like an ingot of gold in the supermarket and be like, yeah, here's 5 grams here, get it. Like you're pulling down grams of gold whenever you want. You go, no, it's a store of value. You just like put that on your security box or in your bank or whatever, and that's it. While when you're going around, you use like your debit card, your credit card, your cash, your QR code, your phone, whatever it is, and that's what like Ethereum is getting. Like you have like all of these earning currencies that you're having, the SLP, for example, but like whatever other things that you got like from the play to earn. There was someone in the chat that was mentioning about like the WEX ecosystem, whatever like system you're looking at. And then at the end of the day, you always end up in Ethereum. Why? Because like it's that perfect spot that allows you to jump on whatever you want, and you can like cash it out, or you can go into DeFi, or you can enter another game, or it's that bridge that it's help all of that stuff. I do not see the part where like let's say that you have an ETH and you earn an ETH, and let's say that like you're in a situation where like you can allow yourself to save a little bit of that ETH. Personally, I don't exclude the option of like getting a little bit of that percentage into like a wrap BTC, not a main Bitcoin, don't take me wrong, but like not a main Bitcoin because it's completely cut out of everything, but a wrap Bitcoin that runs like into DeFi. I think that like it's okay. In the same way that like back in the days, the storyline was always like you want to have like your 5% of your portfolio allocating like gold or in commodities. I see that it could be potentially something like that. You're gonna end up having like that 5% of allocation in wrap BTC and so on. But yeah, apart from that, like nobody uses BTC anymore. Like for transactions, for trading, for exchanges. We see that even with our clients, the ones that actually pay in cryptos and so on. The vast majority goes with stablecoin, obviously, because like we're in a bull run right now. But before being in a bull run, the vast majority was in Ethereum. BTC is probably like less than 10% that pays in BTC, which is very, very little.
True. Yeah, we're actually going to be reviewing a stablecoin project in the coming week, people. So stay tuned for that.
The real cryptos.
Yeah. So we have a quick look at the overall market and what's been going down, people.
Everything, we're bleeding. I don't know. I genuinely don't know what the market is doing, so I'm completely random on this.
Well, there you go. It'll be exciting for you, Stefano. You can find out.
Stefano, okay. I've been like that for like almost 3 weeks now.
Yeah, it's becoming one of those weird situations because I get people calling me and be like, so, and you're like, so.
Completely turned off. I don't even know. You probably know better than I do.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I don't.
I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back because, well, actually, it's just dropped dramatically, but I did sell it at 80 cents. The AMP token, which I've been talking about extensively. It's been the week's top. biggest mover. I did sell the top, yeah. Yep.
Look at that. Sean is becoming the new master of TA. From now on, there is going to be a show with Sean.
Well, it wasn't
alone.
TA, Stefano. It wasn't TA. It was actually a shout out to Andrew if she's watching. But look, you know, she works in a bank, and you know, I talk to a lot of people in traditional finance, and
Oh fuck!
you know,
Is this a Ripple thing?
these payment rails that are coming into the crypto space, and AMP token is one of them. I mean, that allows for, we're talking about Bitcoin being used as you know, a payment mechanism. You can't. I mean, obviously the block time is too slow. It's 10 minutes, blah, 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 or longer. But the AMP token is you know, a pretty good project here that does solve that problem. The other one that I've been talking about is Kusama. Now, just a heads up on that, people. I'm definitely not telling anyone to jump into this right now because you may have missed the boat, but they're having their parachain auctions, and effectively what that is, so Kusama and DOT aren't theoretically blockchains, they're more of a bridge. But what's going on here is to have your blockchain included on that Kusama bridge at the moment, you need to effectively buy up a bunch of Kusama to win a place in that auction. So that's what's happening at the moment. That's going to be going on for a number of weeks now. So how the price of Kusama will move, I'm not entirely sure, and I'm not here to speculate on that for you. But what I would say is Kusama is sort of been the test net here. So we've seen quite a bit of appreciation while these parachain auctions have been taking place. But that will be happening on DOT in the near future. So we'll keep you up to date of when that's going to kick off. But look, you know, I have said, you know, from an investment point of view, Kusama and DOT are ones that I have a small stake in. Same with AMP. Obviously, the bulk of my holdings are in Bitcoin and well, Ethereum is actually my largest position.
You know what
So,
that's
yeah,
called,
just
Sean? You know what that's called? That's called
What's that, mate?
fundamental analysis.
Correct.
That's not TA. That's FA. Those are FA calls for sure.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
you know, FA requires a fair bit of research. It's not just reading a chart, right?
Yeah.
You have to, you know, have somebody like Sean knew, right? Or you have to know, like, follow the projects and see what big.
Or watch our
monsters that are
channel.
coming. Watch our channel, right?
What is
Exactly.
what happening to the market? We're bleeding, sell everything.
Red.
This is it.
Red, green, red,
Wow,
green.
minus 20, minus 18. Everything down
Everything
all
is
week.
red. Look at this. What's going on? Good thing I sold everything. I'm out of crypto.
Well, I'm keeping a close eye on this one, actually. I sold once again at the top, but that's also becoming a pretty interesting buy for me again, looking at this price.
Whoa, Solana, $40.
Yeah, I have some Solana.
TRX is still 7 cents.
How's our pirate chain looking here, guys?
Aave 304. Shiba Inu is up 80%. Wow. Theta
What?
15. Yeah, over the week. Shiba
Is up 80%.
over the week.
Oh, God. Parrot chain. Okay. Anyway,
Everything is red.
there we go. That's what's happening there. Okay, AXS.
AXS.
AXS. Let's give away some Axie teams here, guys. How should we kick it off?
Best question was, didn't you say? The only one that's
True. We are going to do best question, but also we're going to do a random one as well, right?
Yes. The random one will be assigned to the person. Let me figure out how to do another quiz. I love my very silly and stupid quiz.
what is the price of the AMP token?
Hey, you're joking on this. Leah was on Twitch mentioning that thing like a couple of days ago.
Yep.
And then I drop a mocking thing, like I say a number that was like 3 million something. And I was like, whoever remembers that or like write that down in the chat first will receive 109 Chronicles gold. And Leah did that again.
Awesome.
So it seems that there is only one person around the world that share my humor.
Except that's actually a guy. It's not Leia.
Yeah, I say one person. I
Okay.
didn't say.
No, I know, because I had to ask him. He said everybody in his family is called Leia for some reason or something. But Jeffrey is his other name. His name's
Oh, okay.
weird.
Oh,
Right?
that's true. That's true. It was Leia Jeffrey. That's true.
Yeah.
So let's look at. Let's figure out a new quiz, huh?
Actually, some very amusing comments in here.
Yeah.
So
Sean, are you reading them? Asking him about my hair?
You're here.
Yeah.
I was actually. I had a long discussion about hair with Stefano before we went online, but we'll. What do you have to say about your hair?
He's just asking if it's ever going to grow back. I said, hell no, it's just.
I thought I thought you
permanently
actually
migrated down my
You
back.
just shaved it for that look.
The landing strip. Reverse mohawk.
You have a nice shaped head, Mr. Gonzo. Okay, right. So we need good questions here, and we're going to give a random team away as well.
Meanwhile, the random team will go. This is tough, but the random team will go to the person that is telling us how much on the Ethereum pair the AXS token is gaining right now. On the Ethereum pair, we want to see the percentage. First person that wrote that gets a team.
Wow. Is there an AXS pairing even on Binance?
No, I'm just looking at CoinGecko.
Interesting.
I have it here. I know the perfect number. Whoever writes that wins. And then anybody else is on Sean and Jordan.
Bitcoin not going down, Mary Jo Majo says, but that's just for now.
3. No, Chervais, you're very off. It's nowhere near 3.
3.
No, it's not. Mary's not 3. What are you doing?
Random numbers.
10.2% from Johnny P.
Johnny, no, you're close, but not close enough. Shale, where are you looking? I'm confused now. It's up. It's not losing 14.4% on the Ethereum pair. Guys.
Oh, I thought you wanted the price, not the percentage.
No, I want the percentage. If I want like the ratio, that's gonna be like even worse. Cell is not minus 1%. Edsel is not 11%. Okay, let me let me explain that easier. Everybody, focus on this. You go on CoinGecko. You search for the AXS. On the AXS, there is
Francis is right there. Francis. No?
No, nobody has wrote that correctly.
Oh.
So you go on AXS, there is the USD, there is the BTC, and there is the Ethereum number. They are all green. The third one is the one on Ethereum. So, okay, we got a winner, actually,
Ding!
which is 8% on Charvey. That's correct.
Wow.
But I don't know if did Charvey already have an account? Charvey, do you already have an account? Otherwise, we need to go with you. No, wait, Hubert already have an account for sure.
Yeah.
So Charvey, do you have an account or not? Do you have a scholarship or not? Because if you do, we're gonna pass on Martin Anderson, which is the third one that has wrote that. I love the fact that everybody's writing random numbers in the chat. Like it's whatever, throw whatever thing you can. That works.
So basically, the point is AXS is appreciating very nicely against ETH.
Yes, but that was not the point.
Okay, it was a mathematics question, and so who won?
Well, Trevay already have an account because there is a yes over there. No, not yet. Sorry, not yet. Okay, so Trevay gets a scholarship.
All right.
Well done,
So-
Chave.
Chervais, write a DM to Sean, and Sean will give you an account.
No. I want to give my account to my question. That was
Okay.
yours. Do you have any
Oh,
more scholarships you're giving today?
No, I
So
don't
that's
have
mine,
it.
I guess. Yep.
Okay.
DM Johnny.
Okay,
Okay.
go with Johnny.
Okay.
We also have the mathematics scholarship.
We've actually, look, everyone watching, we've got a whole heap of scholarships coming up. We've got 2 new members of, well, Jess, mathematics is already an existing member. He's got some teams. We've got Baloo, who we do a trading show with. He is putting some teams together as well. We've got Leanne, who we do a show
Surprising
with.
that everybody in our forking is now
Yeah,
bringing. I mean,
they're all
scholarship.
convinced.
I wonder where they heard that first. I'm really confused. I'm like trying to understand where all of that came from. Huh?
Okay, Stefano's looking for some praise here, so we'll say yes.
No,
well
no,
done.
no. I'm not looking for praise. I just love the fact that once again, we're all like looking at chart and TA and 10x, blah blah, and it ends up on doing what we've been saying for 6 months or a year at this point,
Longer,
because
yeah.
we had GON like last summer. So
Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah,
how is possible that once again things turn out to be exactly what we said 12 months ago, huh?
Dominatrix Johnny Yuck from Martin Anderson. Well, I'm not sure what that means, but I'm tempted to give you a team for that one.
What?
No. Okay, so I want to give away a team now. So come on, give us a good question or a joke. If anyone's got a really good joke that makes us laugh. Good question or a joke, bring it on and you get a team. Let's go.
Silence.
No jokes.
Nah, I got a very good question about Sir Gonzo's hair.
What's the
We
question?
already answered that question. The question was if it will grow back. I hope he doesn't have another one, because that will be starting to get weird.
We want to have an entire 10-minute session about questions only about Sir Gonzo's hair. That's the only topic from now on.
Come on, people. Someone's got to have a good question here. What do you want to know about Bitcoin, crypto, blockchain, anything here?
Nobody wants to know anything, Sean. You know
Martin
what?
Anderson, Auckland, most livable.
Hmm?
And I can tell you, it's definitely not the most livable city because it's freaking cold right now, and it cost me $120 cab the other night. How it came in, how Auckland. Well, look, Auckland's a beautiful city. We're obviously COVID free down here in New Zealand at the moment, which is why I think we got first and fourth place. But yeah, I don't know. It depends. I mean, let us know what cities you're all in at the moment. Actually, I'd okay, maybe I'll give my team away to somebody from that can tell us why their city is the best city in the world. Tell us why where you live is the best place in the world. The best answer wins my team. Or
Because-
you can tell me why where you live is the worst place in the world.
There you go. That sounds
One of the two.
nice.
Yeah, bring it on. Let us know where you are, why it is the best or the worst place in the world. Some of these jokes are terrible. Why did the chicken commit suicide to get to the other side? It's not bad.
So we can maybe do a
Can't beat Wellington on a good day. Oh yeah, B-man. That's very true, actually. Today was a really beautiful day, actually.
Do we want to talk about the bannings on Axie?
Yep. You could. Yep. Why don't you? No. Yes. No.
Yeah, I mean,
Up
there's
to you guys. I'm not.
I mean, it's a couple of discussions. I'm sure a lot of the scholars are talking about it because some of them are actually scared to play. They don't want to get banned, right? But the thing is, if you're following the terms, you won't get banned, right? Just don't multi-account, right? Don't mess around with the clocks on your devices, right? If there's maintenance, don't log in, right? The Axie team said there's a couple multi-accounters and people messing with the API, accessing the website with a bot, and basically exploiting the system, farming SLP. And a couple of our accounts got flagged and banned. One is Stefano's Much Wow scholarships, and 2 of mine in this current round. I had one banned last round, which is no good. So there's, and one actually had 10 Axies on it, which is one of the breeding scholarships, which was quite surprising, you know. I was like, what's going on? And they said maybe because the account was producing too much SLP, because he has 10 Axies there, so he gets more energy, and he would play in a super long block when he was after school, basically like, you know, midnight till 4 in the morning or something like that, right? So when the maintenance happened, he had kind of just logged on, it seemed like, and he was playing during the maintenance, is what I understood. So, you know, they banned that account. There was like 10 Axies on there, and some of them were really, really nice. Like, it was a big account, right? So, you know, we had some back and forth with the Axie team, and I got the accounts unbanned, which was like super great. You know, the other account was a father of another scholar, which is Jovi, right? She used to be a Much Wow scholar, and then she moved over to the Gonzo scholar, and she's one of my top scholars. You know, well respected in the community. She's been around, and people have nothing but nice things to say about her. And when she moved over, she brought on her father to take over one of the scholarships on Much Wow, and he was one of the ones that was flagged, which was crazy. You know, we don't know what's happening. You know, they're talking about multi-accounting or messing with the phones, so we don't know who to believe, right? And when I talked to the Axie team and I told them this story, they were like, oh, okay, well, let's sort it out. And then 10 minutes later, they were back. So I think we got really, 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 really lucky. But I've kind of, you know, had a second thought now about everything. You know, we have to be a lot more strict, you know, as much as we can on the security and who we're letting get Axie teams, right? We have the screening with the community. We have the application process with the forms and mugshots, and, you know, but I think we need to go, you know, step it up even more, right? I'm starting to get like full applications from people, you know, like age, weight, games played before, hours dedicated, you know, like full on professional resumes, right? Like, this is getting crazy, right? So yeah, I'm just, you know, I really don't want to get any more Axies banned. Right? And I know Stefano's in the same boat, right? Because, you know, it's not like these are just taking, you know, if it's a team, it's like taking income away from a family, you know, that needs it, right? So, or sometimes it's just a person that needs it, but it doesn't matter, right? Like, someone's scamming the Axies and then we lose, and then the person that could be using the team, they lose out too. So, you know, we're some rethinking of the policies for, you know, bringing in new players. So be aware that might be happening.
Okay, there's a couple of questions in here that are sort of related, actually. So maybe he's asking, Mr. Sean, can you tell us how Hard Forking was founded, how you guys met each other? And then somebody also asked, where is it? Selbargs asked, does Hard Forking have a foundation to help a better world? So look, I'll just combine those two questions very quickly. So Hard Forking, I basically started in 2016 when I effectively came across cryptocurrency. I was living on a little tropical island. I decided to completely change my life and make a documentary called Living the Dream about some, you know, people who had basically thrown in what they were doing and moved to a tropical island and were following their dream lives. Previous to that, I'd been working in IT for 20 years in cryptography and networking. Crypto came along, that fascinated me. I couldn't find anything online to really educate me about it. So I just started writing articles, started a website. In fact, Hard Forking was a website for a number of years before it was a YouTube channel. So I met Mr. Gonzo through a mutual friend in Bangkok. He was one of the more passionate crypto people I'd ever come across. So we did a bit of work together back in 2018. Stefano, I met in Singapore a couple of years ago with the president Lieberland at a dinner. So yeah, the three of us are sort of come up the industry from quite different angles. So we decided to make the show together. And to answer the other question, do we have a foundation here? We've actually tokenized hard forking. We're probably the first YouTube channel to do that. So it's not something we can actually talk about publicly because it is a security token. But in the coming week, we're going to let you all know what's happening there, because we want to involve as many of you in this brand and what we're doing here. We have a long-term vision of it. So yes, we've got these scholarship teams, but make sure you're in our Discord, because we're going to be letting you know how you can actually be a part of this company and actually have shares in it. So that's happening in the next week. So little high-level overview of how it came about there, people. But for me, it was a realization that I simply didn't understand money. Even though I studied economics at university, crypto was an absolute game changer for me. It really shone a light on how, in my opinion, we really are treated as cattle. The way that our current financial system is structured, I believe that we're seeing the early buds of a radical change. We're going to have some tough times ahead, especially over the next year or two, as this does transform. There's going to be a lot of pushback. We're seeing it at the moment. But I'd encourage everyone that is joining this community to spread the word of how it is changing your lives, how you are using it. At the end of the day, this boils down to actually getting in there and actually using this new technology. We're seeing it on the daily, how it is benefiting all of us. So that's why we're doing what we're doing, people. And as I say, in the next week, people that are part of the Discord will talk to you privately about how you can be even more involved with what we're doing here. We effectively want to reward the people that are helping out growing this community with some ownership of it. So make sure you are in our Discord, and we'll talk to you directly about that. But that's how hard forking was started. And as far as the foundation goes, I hope that sort of answers that question. Now back to giving away a team here. I'm still waiting for the great question. What do we got? What have we got? No one's really. Oh, okay. You were talking about where you're from and why it's the best place in the world. Maybe we might go with one of those. Guys, do we see any potential winners here?
Jovi's telling us how it went with her and her father. She said it was super traumatic. Her dad was like, Jovi, why can't I play anymore? What's going on?
This is the account that was banned?
Yeah, well, Jovi's father was playing. His name is Benson. And she goes to Jovi, oh, how come I can't play? Like, it was only his third or fourth day, right, Stefano, or something? He just started playing.
No, it was a bit longer, actually.
Oh, okay, like a week or two?
Yeah.
Oh.
Jonathan, what do you call a boomerang that won't come back? Okay, come on, give us the punchline.
Kiwi.
You may well win a team here, because we're not getting many.
The answer is kiwi.
I'm waiting for the punchline.
Where's the punchline? You went to take a pee.
Come on, people. We must have a good statement about why you live in the worst place on the planet, or a good question about crypto. I'm desperate to give someone a team. How does Bitcoin affect the economy?
It will become the economy. No.
Too general.
Yeah. We're running long here, Sean.
What's that, mate?
We're running long. I
know. I want to give my team away and wrap it up for the day, but we're waiting on a good. Okay, here we go.
Got to give a shout out to Jazzy. She's been doing amazing stuff this week for us. She's been helping us out doing a lot of stuff. The lead scholars, Tim, Spaghetti, Hubert, they're all doing really well in the MMR, the tournament, doing really well. The couple days that's going to wrap up. So hopefully everybody can give it all, get really high up. I plan on upgrading all my teams based on higher the MMR ranking. Those teams will get addressed first. And I want to go and improve those teams, make them all better, so that next season we can all be higher up and make more SLP. So that's one of the plans that I have for the off season. Tim, Hubert, Jazzy, they're all helping me out. Spaghetti. So shout out to those guys. And Jazzy just got her own team. But what she's doing
awesome,
is she's letting her daughter play that team. So she's got her first scholar. That's amazing. So, you know, we've got a couple examples of this now in the community where we've got scholars that are getting their family members to play their team and they're continuing on with the scholarship. We have Fernando, who basically has graduated and he started his own scholarship and he's got an investor, right? And he's got like, you know, he's got a bit of capital. So he's got some really good Axies going already. He's got a nice little farm going. He's breeding beasts and breeding birds. So it's nice to see that, you know, it's like, whoa, the cycle is quite quick, you know, from being a scholar and to having your own scholarship, to having your own scholars, right? So those are basically people that started in December and January, right? So we're looking at 6 months now to go from, you know, hey, scholarship, please, sir, to having their own scholarship with their own team, which is pretty cool.
Yep. Awesome. Christian Braza. Our country is the best place to live because we maintain and preserve our old culture, manners and practices while acknowledging the modernization ways of technology. Where are you from, Christian? Let us know. And all you people that are telling jokes here, I'm not getting the punchlines. I'm getting the, what do you say to a rabbit on its birthday? Jonathan, punchline, come on. Surely that's not the punchline. Family is best. Okay. All right. Hard fork is grinding too hard. Let's go. Exactly. I'm trying to give away a team here, people, but I want a good question or a good joke, or for you to tell me why where you live is the best place to live in the world or the worst. I saw somebody's comment about Melbourne. Someone that had been living in Europe and moving back to Melbourne and found it very boring. Look, I know that feeling. I lived in London for many, many years, and coming back to New Zealand, it's a little bit slower. So I feel your pain there, fella.
I think that happens to anybody that leaves their hometown and comes back. It doesn't matter if you live in New York, if you leave your hometown. Well, New Yorkers will say that doesn't happen. It's always exciting and the best. But you know, when you leave your home city and you go somewhere else, everything's new and fresh, and then you come back to your hometown, it's all the same. You know, so it's a pretty common feeling. I think I experience that when I go back to my hometown in Canada. Oh my God, I'm like, oh, what did I do here for 18 years? Jesus.
Okay, we've got somebody else attempting to tell a joke here. Soul Keeper, what do you call the caribou in the upper tree? Good God, come on, what's the punchline to this?
A caribou up a tree?
An upper tree.
What?
Francis Ryan, read my joke, sir. All right, Francis, where was your joke? Maybe you might have to type it in again. You clearly think it's a good one that will win. I'm trying to find it, Francis. Really worries me that an utterly crap joke is going to win a team here, people.
Gabe, hope you visit the Philippines. Hell yeah, we got to go to the Philippines. Stefano, his partner, wife, actual wife yet? She's from the Philippines, right?
Girlfriend.
Girlfriend.
Let's be.
Yeah, girlfriend. Well, his girlfriend is from the Philippines. And I think, Sean, you've been to the Philippines before, right?
You know what? I haven't. I have a whole heap
Neither
of
have I. So let's go.
Filipino
As soon as we can
friends
travel.
in Singapore, but I have not been.
We definitely
Yeah,
have to go.
I'm gonna be in Metro Manila as soon as the ban will be lifted, because like we need to be meeting Bernie's parents and so on. So if some of the scholars are around Manila or Metro Manila,
We'll have a
chances are.
That'll be
Well,
amazing.
I will be for sure in the Philippines for obviously for family reason. Let's put it like that. Or
If this all goes properly and this stupid COVID restrictions are gone, we can do the Hard Forking Scholars World Tour. Do some Philippines, some Venezuela, some Morocco, right?
how come you're using an Italian accent by saying that?
That was my accent for each place. And I was talking with my hands, eh? Buongiorno.
But yeah, we should do that.
That would be amazing, right?
Yeah,
Find a nice
it would
little-
be pretty cool to go and meet the scholars. That's true.
Wow.
Gee, I hate to say it, but Gilo's joke is the best so far. Knock, knock. Who's there? Hawaii. Hawaii who? I'm fine. Hawaii you. Come on,
What?
people.
What is this? What are we talking about? What are you
These are our
talking
jokes
about?
to win the prize.
I
What are
didn't
we
understand the
talking-
joke
what's the
about Hawaii. What is that? How is that the best that we have? I don't even understand it.
Make us proud of this community, people. We're gonna have a better joke than that. Come
No.
on.
Someone in the chat said, who's it? Gilo Langit said, don't go stay in Manila. It's like the center of COVID. Go to the provinces.
No, but that's the thing. Like, I'm gonna go when all of these will be done and completely. Singapore is still in lockdown. Like, we're gonna
That's
be.
called hope, man. That's called hope. Because will it ever go back to normal?
I don't know. I think that at some point we will be allowed to travel. Like, I'm like, is this like the end of travel forever? Like, I can't believe that.
Lads, I gotta go soon.
Yeah, me too. Why does Superman only day trade?
Because Lois Lane was busy.
Potentially.
Come on, Martin, give us the punchline.
Clark can't. Clark can't.
Oh God, I think Francis might have just won.
What's
This
happened?
is a
there?
fucking hair joke.
What do you call a barber that only works on bald people? An
Hmm.
hairstylist.
A what? A what?
An hairstylist.
Hey, hair jokes.
Francis, where are you from? And do you have a Axie team already?
Really?
I actually think that was pretty good. Francis, let me know, because I'm going to give you an Axie team for that very ordinary joke, but it's actually better than the others.
I have a joke. COVID is the biggest joke.
What? How are we turning jokes into conspiracy theory thing?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what someone said.
Why aren't koalas actual bears? They don't meet the qualifications.
That one got Sean.
Okay, we need to wrap this one up today,
Yeah.
people. It's getting silly. We're a serious
Okay.
channel. Okay, so who was the man with the other joke? I just
Francis. Brian.
Francis
Ryan. Do you have an Axie team? 'Cause if
Best
you don't,
hair joke of the day.
you got one now. Let me know.
Hilarious.
Philippines. Francis from the Philippines, and no, he doesn't. Okay, Francis, hit me up in the Discord, and I'll get that sorted for you tomorrow morning. Sean, in the
Chatty was the one that's going to contact me, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah,
Chatty
cool,
was going
Francis.
to contact me.
Churvey.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Gonzo, do you want to pick? We've got some really bad jokes rolling in fast now. So do you want to pick someone else, and we'll wrap it up for today?
No. I want my 2 applicants to be through the videos.
Ah, true. Yep. Why don't we look? Let's sweeten the deal on the videos. I will also add $100 worth of Cartier chain tokens to that price.
Okay.
So send your videos to Mr. Gonzo about why you want an Axie scholarship, and we'll stick $100 US worth of that token in there for you as well.
Hey Sean, we should do a retweet and a summary, right? And post it in the giveaways. And then, so part of it would be, getting this live stream shared, right? We can earmark the stuff that we're talking about, right? The application part. So get some retweets and some reviews of this live show. That'd be kind of cool, right?
True. All right. There you go, people. It's been fun hanging out with you on these Fridays. Look, I implore you to ask us some more crypto and blockchain questions. We're here to help. We want to get your knowledge up right across this the space. You're going to be well ahead of the curve. Yes, this show is primarily about Axies, but look, take the opportunity to
hair jokes.
Exactly.
More hair jokes.
Send Mr. Gonzo your videos. So we've got an Axie team and $100 of the Cartier chain token there for you. And Francis, well done, sir. Terrible joke, but you did win. So hit me up. We could also talk to Jazzy. And Jazzy, once again, thank you so much for all the work you do put into this community. It's
congrats on your new team.
Yeah,
some breeding masterpieces right there. She got a good team.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. It's great hanging out with you all. We do this every Friday this time, so we'll see you back here next week for that. Jump into the Discord, talk to us there. As I say, we've got some pretty exciting stuff happening with the overall hard forking brand. We want as many of you involved in that as possible. We can't actually talk about that publicly, so get into the Discord, be part of the community.
Just on YouTube.
What's going on there? Just on YouTube, exactly. Okay, cheers, guys. Thanks so much for your time as always, and we will see you all